So this is a look at some great features in 3 apps that I love with AI: Gemini, Claude, and Perplexity. So starting with Gemini, it's made by Google, and the advantage that Gemini has is really probably the training that it does. It trains on its own data, Google, which has been the most popular search engine all the time, as well as YouTube, which is the largest video repository in the world. So it's probably got the most data to train on, and because of that, I think it's growing very fast, and it looks very comprehensive to me. So Gemini looks like this. I have the Pro version, as right now educators and teachers are eligible for the Pro version. You can just Google Gemini Pro for teachers and students and sign up if you want. You can ask Gemini a question, and it also has image making, Canvas for coding, deep research, so it takes longer to give you more in-depth answers, and it can make a video with Veo 3. Also, Gemini has a whole ecosystem of other apps like Google Notebook LM to gather and get summaries on research, and more video generators, and it's and also Google AI Studio. I'm not going to go into those on this video, but I'm going to talk about Gemini. So let's just look at any of these examples just to start out with, because I like to do that. So I'm a student learning machine language. I trained a model to predict whether an image is a cat, dog, or squirrel. These are the predictions I've gotten from my model. So it's doing a little matrix. You see how fast this came up, and it's giving you the code to generate this matrix. So pretty complex right off the bat. An explanation of the code. And there's the results, classification, accuracy. So it can do a lot of different things in one question, and I think that's a big change. You can share and export your results. You can redo it, rate it, or copy the response. So let's just do one here. Let's ask Gemini something that I usually ask. Give me a table about maybe about the functions of the heart and EKG information. See what it gives me, and if it does kind of that multimodal answer. So it's thinking about this. So it's describing the heart. It's giving me right off the bat a table, what it does, giving me the information about electrocardiograms and the waveforms. And it says, here's a video that it came up with on YouTube. Remember, I mentioned it's trained on YouTube, and there's the waves and the whole video about it. So I didn't even have to ask for the video. It just found one and gave it to me, along with this diagram that's on top of it. So pretty quick and amazing. Let's do one more. Let's see. Explain planets and orbits in relation to Earth, the Sun, and Moon. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so it gave me gravity and orbits, the sun in the center of our solar system, and the moon are the companion to the Earth. And it's giving you sources and links and where everything came from. So let's ask this. And actually, here's a link to the sources. Are there good videos about this? So it should search its YouTube database and give me videos as well. Again, that's one of the advantages of Gemini being made from Google. So you can see right now it's searching YouTube, and it's going to find videos about this topic. So there's one. There's another one with orbits. So and then here's the actual links and pictures to them. That's fantastic. That's great. Okay. So you can ask it anything. It's a language learning model, and again, it's excels in giving you information that it's been trained on from Google and YouTube, in my opinion. So let's do these other ones. If I did a little deep research, it's going to take longer. So if I wanted to make, sometimes I use that to fix something. I can do a new chat. So tell me how to maybe do first aid. I don't want to do a really long one on a paper cut. So it'll research different, probably first aid and medical things, and then give me an answer. So it'll take a little bit longer, and then it should give me information. So you can see it's going to research that topic. Instead of just giving me an answer, it's going to do a little bit more in-depth thinking, comes up with this new screen, and it's doing some research focus. Wow. It's looking at all of these websites. Okay. So it's got 30 websites about paper cuts. And at the end of this, it's going to give me some really good comprehensive care answers, which it's doing now. And then it's still researching more. So again, if you're looking for a deeper answer, this is obviously much deeper information, researched thoroughly, and it's about a little bit more than halfway through its analysis. Okay, it created a comprehensive report for me. It's a whole guide, and you can see it's pretty deep. Neurobiology of pain. Wow. Okay, 4 pillars of wound care. And then here's a nice table. This is actually what I would ask normally, like, what are the steps to take care of this problem? So that's great. And then more research. So it's a very comprehensive report that then I can export this report, export it to docs, or just copy it. I can create an infographic based on this, or a quiz, or a web page. So let's try that. Okay, so you can see the code or the preview. So the preview shows you what this is. It made an infographic on paper cuts. And it tells you what to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. And some other tips. So now I have a whole infographic just like that I can share out. So it has a share button. I can copy it, share it with other people. I can even put it right on social media if I want to. So that's pretty great. So that was kind of a preview of Canvas. So Canvas is an app that it can make. It can do coding for you called vibe coding, and then give you that app, and you can use that preview button and see what it's going to look like. So here's one of their examples. It's making an interactive kaleidoscope. It's making it in HTML, meaning it's a web app. And it's just going through and writing code like this, and it takes usually a little bit of time. And here's this kaleidoscope. It went into preview, and it says move your mouse or cursor to touch the screen to draw. Oh, that's fun. I can draw stuff. Amazing. Wow. Okay, let's do another new chat. It does have images, so I can make an image of anything I want. Let's just do a fun one right now. Make an image of my, let's make it my dog with his safari animal friends at their party. And there it is. It's that fast. So I can click on it, make it full screen, and I can always download that. So here's my dog having a party with all his safari friends. If you hover over the picture, you can download it. You see the download button there. So that's really fun. If I wanted to do something educational, make an image of, let's see, photosynthesis for education. So now I've got this photosynthesis diagram. Fantastic. And again, you can save these. So images, research, videos. Videos, let's do that. Let's do a new chat. The videos, there's actually a nice library of them. So I like to look at other people's videos. So let's just go and do that in Veo 3. So you can, it helps to see what people are doing. So you can see people's videos here. And it actually gives you the prompt, so you can see what the prompts are with these. And there's another one, an owl high in the air peeking through the cloud, and the moonlit sky forest. It's a pretty long prompt. Actually, this one also does talking.
Jump. What manner of magic is that?
So it can, in the new Veo 3, it also can do the talking, sound effects, and music. Maybe let's try something like that. So I'm going to go back to my my Gemini and make a video. And I'm just going to describe the video. Let's do that and then hit submit. Okay, I have a video, so let's see what this looks like. So I have a keyboard made of candy, just like that. And it is, I was right, it's 8 seconds long, and Google actually provides the sound effects for you as well. So videos are becoming very complex, very fast, where these applications can put your whole story in there. It can add all of the sound that you want, or you can go back and add your own. Claude's also has the same similar stuff where you can write something. It actually has some suggestions, video scripts, podcast scripts. So you can ask it anything. You can start a new chat. You can create artifacts, which is what I'm going to show here, which is code. And you can create things. Here's some things some other people created. And I've created also quite a few artifacts in my, there they go, in my account as well. So these are some things other people created. Let's see what this is. Anthropic Office Simulator. Oh, this is great. So you can move around with the keyboard around here, and it's a little game to meet your office workers. I love it. So here's the prompt it did. Create a research simulator, and gives you that prompt. And so what the artifacts do and why it's so great is you just tell it to what you want it to do. Like I made a literary text analyzer for English professors. So I said, suggest a good short app for English professors. And it made this. What it did is it went and wrote this code for a while. And then when it finished, I can look at it. And then I can share it. I've published it. So when I publish it, I have a link, which is really nice, that I can share with people. Anyone on the web with the link can view the artifact. Your chat will remain private. So I can share this with anybody. So that's more flexible than ChatGPT's version. And I really like that. So I can, this is a little fun analyzing the text, and then it gives you information about that text. So I can, it's really just up to your imagination what you want to create. It'll create the code, and then in my opinion at the moment, it's the best looking of all of the vibe coders so far, the output that you get. I really love it. Let's make an app to, let's see, to explain about gravity. Okay, so it goes right into drafting what they call an artifact, and it'll do the code. And actually, if you want it, it's doing what's called React, which is a really nice way to code, so the web page can change while you're using it. If you want HTML, you just got to go back and tell it. It's depending on where you're going to share it and how you're able to share it. Okay, so I have a Gravity Explorer application. So what is Gravity? It has a simulator that I probably would need to, oh, there we go. How based on where you are, what the gravity effect is, gravity on different worlds, and facts about gravity. So it came out with that in about a minute. Again, I can publish it and share it. I can copy the code as well and share it on something like GitHub or Netlify. But, Claude has this great feature now to just publish and share the link anywhere, which is pretty great. And then, again, you can talk to it and add or change anything about this artifact. So we have artifacts, code. Let's do learn for a second. Let's learn how to do the Pythagorean theorem and see what it tells us. So it starts giving me the formula. You can see actually the output looks very nice. Gives me an example. You can say, let's make a quiz. So Claude actually created a quiz, and it really, this is pretty amazing. It generates random problems and keeps track of your score. So, and it gives you the formulas here, and it'll be easy or medium. So it did that in about a minute. And so that's a great way to practice. And it just did that on its own. I thought it was just going to give me quiz questions and answers, but it actually made an interactive artifact. So lastly, let's move over to Perplexity. Perplexity is a great research tool. It's based on things that it's learned from the internet over years and years. And so when it became an AI app, it already had that background. So let's look at like arts and culture. And it just immediately goes into like article mode, and it's got articles on arts and culture. You can open up anything and see it. So that's what it does. It kind of brings together the latest research on a topic. It gives you sources. It brings in images and videos, and then gives it to you in a beautiful format. It gives you inline citations, and you can create these on your own by just talking to it as well. So that's what it does really well when you're doing research. I love the discover mode because you can already see what people are doing like that. So we can make our own. Let's do our own. Let's make an article on the U.S. Open of Tennis 2025, and it'll go and automatically start creating everything, researching it. It's very fast. And then you can see it's already giving me articles with images, key facts, storylines, prize money, schedule highlights. So all of this. And then it will do it always does follow-up questions. So let's look at Yannick Sinner's chances of winning, because he's the top seed in men's tennis right now. So there it goes, getting all this information together, images, and all about Yannick Sinner. So basically what it's doing, and I can export all this and share it. And then if you have the paid version, which I don't right now, you can ask it to make an article out of this. So that's why we're seeing it over here. When we see these, it's the same process. You ask it about a topic, but then what it does is it formats it kind of in article form. And then it can be shared over here in public. One of the other areas I love to do, like finance. You can look up things about finance, or you can just do your own thing. Let's just do search. How would I plan to use $500,000 for the next 10 years in retirement? Make a plan. So it would need a lot more specifics, but it will. Oh, see, I ran out of Pro Search, so now I'm going to not Pro Search. It'll be a little bit slower. So it gives me like some things I need to estimate, so it can make a little schedule and do a little quick analysis. So it's looking at starting balance, ending balance, and withdrawal and assumed growth. So it's pretty good at financial stuff, and it's still going there. So it looks like with Perplexity, you get a few, maybe 3 questions a day that are at the pro level, and then if you have the free version, it pops back into free. So this is really fun. Perplexity, Claude, and Gemini. You can do, it's kind of unlimited what you can do, just whatever you think up. I even made a guide in Claude on how to use vibe coding and Claude artifacts. It's, stuff that I don't think most of us were able to do before, and now we have a lot of power to make really interesting applications, interactive artifacts, games, almost anything. So hop on and check these out, Perplexity, Claude, and Gemini.